one thing that I just saw, I find pretty funny, is that every little path on these parking lots has Google Street View. Like, there are countries in the world where there's no Google Street View, and every street on this parking lot has Street View. So someone from Google drove through the complete parking lot in adequate order, capturing high quality imagery of an empty parking lot. And I'm asking myself, what is this good for? Hello everyone, welcome and good evening to this new video
Good evening.
that I decided to do spontaneously, scanning through the news of the world and taking my self-attached responsibility seriously, where I accompany real-world events with the necessary information about the places where they're happening, and hope to support all you little geographers and upcoming geologists out there with some spicy information. Today's event and place we'll be looking at is the Jake Paul versus Mike, the Iron Mike Tyson professional boxing match that will take place in the at&t Stadium in Arlington, Texas. So that will be our event place for the day, this stadium in Texas. And I don't think there's much else to talk about. It will be happening on the 20th of July, supposedly a couple of weeks or shortly before that. This video will be online so that you are all well informed about the looks and the structure and the parking facilities of this stadium. Going into the map, I specifically didn't look exactly where it is now so that I could zoom in together with you, hand in hand. One thing I did read though is that it is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which, is here, I guess, one of the most inhabited, urbanized, industrialized, maybe not industrialized, one of the places in the United States where there are loads of people living, because these are two big cities, also called the DFW area, Dallas-Fort Worth area, which I know because of a YouTube channel I'm watching, which is called the Stadtbewohner, where there's a German guy currently living there explaining us all sorts of, in my mind, interesting things about it. Greetings. I have no personal connection to this person. So Arlington, where this fight will take place, is in the middle of the two. I guess that's one of the reasons why it was chosen. They will definitely sell out the 80, 90, 100,000 seats. I don't know how many there will be in the stadium, depends on the arrangement. And, will there be a stage for music? How big is the boxing ring? Can you see the boxing ring from the very top row of the stands? All these are questions that we may be able to answer. And believe it or not, here it is already. As so many other mega structures in the United States, they, especially when they are next to some more, single family housing kind of neighborhood, they just take up a big plot of land. So you can see this here and this here, let's say, is a similar size. There are people living here, many people living. And this is just one stadium, but the more so as, typical American, there's a very big parking lot, probably not big enough so that everyone could come with their own car. That would mean there would be 80,000 or 100,000 parking Lots. Now, what is interesting is this sort of, yeah, line that seems to go through the stadium, which is probably where, I don't know, tracks, some of these, I don't know, where maybe some delivery comes in, or where maybe some, I don't know what kind of events they have here. If they have some, well, imagine they had some monster truck events, so they could ride in through here. I'm actually not too sure. Maybe it's just a design feature. We will figure it out. Where do we even start? What can we see? Let's go right into the stadium to begin with. I'm so curious. Oh, and of course, at&t Stadium rebranding, a professional picture to start with. Now, this is a new stadium from 2009. It costed over $1.2 billion. So this is new, this is fresh, this is clean, and this is home to American football, Dallas Cowboys, initially called Cowboys Stadium, something like this. Now at&t. at&t is a telecommunications provider, such as Telecom or Vodafone is. Yeah, classic American advertising, something light, probably a beer, Pepsi, maybe not a beer, I don't know if alcohol advertising is allowed. Dr. Pepper, Ford, and yeah, one of the other features to point out is that this roof can be closed. So whatever happens, Mr. Tyson and Mr. Paul won't get wet in this very, very rainy Texas. The grass is not real grass, as far as I can tell from here. If it was real, very well kept. These numbers here, I guess, are yards, 40, 50, 60, 70. Maybe these, I mean, these could be meters for all I know. If a football pitch is 100, 120 meters long, 50, 60, 70, 80, yeah, it could be so. By football now I meant soccer. But yeah, this is that. Let's see if we can get some other impressions from the inside of this stadium. I guess every photographer's dream is to just go on the pitch and take a picture from there, but here we have one in the stand. Well, this is, I guess, unrecognizable enough. And these are the seats where, you know, the famous of the famous, the creme de la creme, the high society will be sitting looking at them boxing here in the middle. See, this is what I meant. If you are up there somewhere, or even here where we are, how can you even see anything? Now, there will be big screens, obviously. These are big screens. I think I've even read on Wikipedia that these are the biggest, I don't know if the biggest, maybe not the biggest screens in the world, or maybe biggest screens in the world, or biggest hanging screens, or biggest 1080 pixel screens. I have no idea. But yeah, it looks clean. I like that. I guess for a European groundhopper, someone that goes to European football matches regularly, this is too clean, especially with a closed roof. How are you going to light up some pyro, or however it's called in English? Let's have a look a bit further. I want to see some hallways. Oh yeah, pretty slick. I guess there's a certain like airport vibe about it. Maybe that's just, I mean, in a way, I guess such a big stadium and airports have very similar architecture. Loads of glass, open structures, these like shops, security areas, very, you know. This is cool. Dr. Pepper ice cubes to sit on. You know, call me cheap, but I like that. Obviously, these are just photo points, so I don't know if it's called photo points, but I cannot walk around for that matter too much. Trim beam. at&t Stadium. Okay, we are kind of at the ground entrance level. Very big structure. In fact, something that I'm always curious about, how big is it? 320 on 250. You do the math. Let's look a little bit what's around it. Let's maybe take a circle around it just to see what's going on. This is not the stadium. This is the stadium. It is very big. I don't know what this is. All sorts of flags. It's the at&t Stadium flag, I think. There's no one on the road. Is this like very early in the morning? Or some stay-at-home holiday? But yeah, very big stadium. Top-notch geographical information on my side. Obviously, as one would expect from Texas, everything is kind of stretched, long. You need a car to get around. There are sidewalks here, which is a thumbs up from a European mind, from a European soul. But yeah, otherwise, car-friendly environment. I guess it's not worth to every time open up this pot of car criticism every time I'm setting my digital footprint on American map. Yeah, endless parking. I guess it's fairly nice to arrive here with the car. It looks fairly organized, fairly structured. I guess one of the key questions with a stadium, let's say you take your children there and you sit in block C, row 25, section F, I don't know, something like this, that you never really quite know from which direction you have to go in. So you park over here and you go. Yeah, how do you even get to the stadium? Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, if you park here, I mean, here there is not even a walkway. Are you just gonna walk over the grass? Are you walking through here and then here? Is there a traffic light for pedestrians? I mean, now that I think about it, are these parking lots even? Like, obviously here, you're right by the stadium. The stadium is like an island in the middle of cars. at&t Stadium parking lot. Yeah, I guess you just walk over the street. I mean, not that this is a problem, but for 1.2 billion or over 1.2 billion dollars, I would have expected some kind of adequate crossing. Well, I guess here you could walk. Now, so I want to know why the stadium has this kind of walkway through it, because from the ground level here, it don't even see it this way. I mean, the structure of the stadium is also directed towards this like diagonal cut through. Does it maybe have anything to do with the opening of the roof? I mean, if this is the roof, it will open to the side. Well, I just wanted to show with my finger. This you will not be able to see. This will just slide to the side here and maybe even slide completely down. No, totally just to the side. So maybe it's just a sort of design choice. What is this? No, it's just kind of the two sides, I guess, the main lobbies maybe here. Who knows? One thing that I just saw I find pretty funny is that every little path on these parking lots has Google Street View. Like, there are countries in the world where there's no Google Street View, and every street on this parking lot has Street View. So someone from Google drove through the complete parking lot in adequate order, capturing high quality imagery of an empty parking lot. And I'm asking myself, what is this good for? Like, not that we wouldn't need this information, but what is the value of it? Like, you cannot find your car with this. I guess. Nice bin. Like, and that's not only on this one, here as well. Obviously on the satellite image there are cars, but here as well. Walmart. Like, I feel like resources could have been invested better. Or for everyone that is into cars, this is quite something. Oh, hello. Yeah, so this is a bit strange. Very enthusiastic. Is this also, I mean, I guess in America, in some parts, perhaps Texas is one of them, there's this parking lot romantic idea of the parking lot existing, isn't there? Like somehow you meet Friday night, a girl, a boy, whatever you're into, on a parking lot, a little bit out of town, and you hang out the trunk of your car, the trunk up, and you drink one Bud Light maybe. I mean, you're not allowed to drive when you're drunk, but I guess you could get drunk and then wait until you're sober and then drive home. I don't know how people do it. What else? There's a river here. I guess this will participate to the beautiful air quality of the air. Around this stadium, river is fighting against the smoke of the cars. I guess somehow I've noticed this thing, and maybe some of you know that even when there is no street view, but there are enough of these like photo points, like individual photo points close enough together, you can actually travel between them as if it's like street view. So you could basically, if your city or town or whatever is not on Google Street View, take one picture after the other close enough towards one another, and somehow you could use it as if, like, uploaded it to Google, and you could use it as if it is Street View. You get the arrows on the ground. Yeah, what else? If you come from Fort Worth, I guess Arlington is around 20 kilometers, I don't know, 10, 15 miles perhaps. And from Dallas, it's the same, so it's pretty much in the middle. So I guess that was the idea. There's another thing here, Texas Rangers. I don't know if this is also a stadium. Yes, it is. This looks pretty cool. Somehow it has a different shape to it. More oriented towards concerts. So I guess they had thought about using this as well. But yeah, at&t seems bigger. I guess Mr. Tyson and Mr. Paul both live in Los Angeles. But this is just assumed. I actually don't know. So they will have a 2,000-kilometer journey. I guess fair to say they will start driving soon enough to the event or take the plane. I guess that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this very specific little look at one very specific architecture where one very specific TikTok style event will happening. Let me know, whom are you supporting? Are you even watching this? I don't even think that I'm gonna watch it, but I'm interested into where it will happen or why this place has been chosen. In any way, just to have a look at it. So thanks for watching, and I see you next time. Bye bye.